And it's going to be an LA City ambulance from Ford number ambulance 46 from station 46 coming out your left door there, 9. And there it is, L.A.P.D. 8. What's it on the top? 685. Oh, okay. But it's got, what's that number on the very? Okay, back number is 46. So this is a spare rescue ambulance taking the place of ambulance 46. So it's on what station it's out of. And so now coming up on the 710 freeway here, eastbound on the 60 freeway, coming into the Monterey Park area, and we'll see which way it goes here. Actually, East LA area. And got 4 units in pursuit of it. And what we're hearing is there's not a patient on board, which is great because this was heading over to California Hospital. And so right now, trying to get information from L.A.P.D. on this as well as L.A.P.D. to figure out which one it. And we're in tracking mode right now. The L.A.P.D. area that turned off his night sun and is keeping track of it from overhead as we continue. And we just heard from the L.A.P.D. area that's overhead that ADW suspect that we were following for almost an hour, 2 hours, finally gave up there on Crenshaw Boulevard, and the air unit's heading over here to help out his partner over here over this pursuit now, eastbound 60 freeway from the 710 and passing Atlantic. Stolen LA Fire Department ambulance. And just confirmed there is no patient in the back. You're awesome. Anyway, the ground units are going to back off just a little bit, and I know. Coming up on Finley here, eastbound on the 60 freeway. So quite a busy night here in L.A. with 2 pursuits, one of an assault with a deadly weapon suspect coming to an end there in Inglewood on Crenshaw Boulevard. And now a stolen L.A. City Fire ambulance eastbound on the 60 freeway coming up to Finley here. This will be in the, coming up to the Montebello area now. And I'm trying to listen into the police. Listen to the police here talk about this. They're trying to figure out on the suspect what's actually going on here. We haven't confirmed where it was taken from. We know it was en route to California Hospital, which is right in the downtown area where this started. So very interesting here. I'll tell you right now, this ambulance has a full load of gas on board because they normally keep them fully tanked at all times. So right now, this could go for quite a while, especially at this speed, just kind of cruising along. I'm listening to just the suspect in the RA is what they've just confirmed in rescue ambulance term they use for the RA. And so they've, it's a good thing we don't have somebody in the back or paramedics or anything in there. So that'll change the dynamics of how this is handled. But right now, they're just content to go into surveillance tracking mode. They're staying way back from it. LA air unit overhead turned off its light and going to keep the light off it. And you can see in the window there you have a computer that's on the inside of that of the ambulance. So 45 miles an hour approaching Paramount here, eastbound on the 60 freeway. Bring it up here a little bit. Staying on the 60. San Gabriel Boulevard coming up here, eastbound 60 freeway. L.A.P.D trying to coordinate with the Sheriff's Department to, or actually the CHP to come and take over this pursuit. So kind of a low-speed pursuit of an L.A. City Fire Department ambulance, rescue ambulance here on the 60 freeway coming into Montebello. There's your wide shot. There's your wide shot. The LAPD is backed way off and letting it just cruise. Copy that. And down to about 20 minutes on scene. And I can land right here at El Monte. So, and if I go further east, I can land at Brackett. Not a problem. And CHP is now officially taking over the pursuit. Now, what frequency are you hearing it on? Okay, you got that? All right, switching over. Okay, perfect. And 7 desk just telling me that CH has just confirmed that it's a female driver, and it was taken from the California hospital, actually at the hospital after they delivered their patient. Apparently this person just got into it and took off. So right now, eastbound 60 approaching Peck Road will be coming up here, and then after that, the 605 freeway. So just a slow cruise here. And on something like this, you can pit this ambulance. It's not a problem. It still will go around, especially with the SUVs they use here. But more than likely, they're going to give this time, hopefully be able to get her to slow down and stop so they don't end up damaging this rescue ambulance. But CHP will try to spike strip it, more than likely if it keeps its speed, especially. And there's absolutely no traffic on the freeway in front of them. So other than just one big rig out ahead of them, and then prior to that, after that is very, very clear all the way up to the 605 freeway. But you see here, eastbound 60 freeway approaching Peck Road. .42 miles an hour is what we're hearing now from CHP. Don't turn left. And we're continuing now, approaching the 605 freeway. About 42 miles an hour was the last thing the CHP gave us. You see now CHP has completely taken over this pursuit from L.A.P.D, except for the air unit that's overhead. Right now we're passing over the top of the 605, so staying on the East 60. And for you folks just joining here on KTLA.com and Facebook Live, you're listening to or watching a pursuit of a Los Angeles City Fire Rescue Ambulance here eastbound on the 60 freeway from the 605. Tim Lynn aboard Sky 5 along with Colton Von Pertz as we're following this second pursuit of the evening here. This started at California Hospital where this ambulance was taken by a female, and no patients on board, just the suspect, female suspect driving. LAPD started the pursuit, and here as we crossed over to 605, they've officially taken over this pursuit just in a kind of a tracking mode. The last speed they gave out was 42 miles per hour, and I can pretty much confirm this. Alrighty, pretty much confirm this. And approaching 7th Street here, number 3 lane, as you can see. Rescue ambulance just delivered a patient to California Hospital, which is located in downtown Los Angeles on the south side of the buildings at a hospital there that's nestled in among the high-rises. And so right now she's holding over the number 4 lane approaching 7th Avenue or 7th Street out here. And we'll see if she gets off the freeway. But right now it just looks like content to kind of cruise along here. And unfortunately, more than likely, this ambulance is full of gas. So the time of her running out of gas is a long ways away. And right now I'm looking at about 15 more minutes overhead due to my fuel restrictions as well. So okay, we're switching over to another CHP frequency. And now up to 70. I don't believe that's 70 miles an hour they just called. .58 miles an hour is what we're getting on our GPS up here as we cruise along, and just went past 7th Street. Working our way out into this, and we're continuing here eastbound 60 freeway past 7th as we come into the San Gabriel Valley area here. Stolen LA City Fire Rescue Ambulance here on the 60 freeway. Coming up on Hacienda. And there's 63 miles an hour as they're calling right now. So I picked up a little bit of speed here. Is now totally CHP behind it. LAPD helicopter still overhead. And as you see right here, just continuing on. And we were able to get a peek in there at one point. I'm going to slow down with Sky 5 here and get in behind it. Look behind me. Okay, I got another airship right next to me here, so I can't do that. What we're hearing is a female took it from the California Hospital and 66 miles an hour approaching Hacienda here eastbound on the 60 freeway. more of a unusual pursuit here, where we have a city vehicle being driven by a suspect. I've personally been involved in a pursuit of a fire truck down in Huntington Beach. The person got into a fire truck and took off down PCH, and luckily the Huntington Beach was able to spike strip it and knock the tires out before I got too far, and ended the pursuit down into Newport. But not unheard of, but very uncommon here to have city vehicles like this taken, or any type of official vehicle taken. But this was taken from the California hospital, I believe, at the emergency room, where they were dropping a patient off. And I guess before the paramedics could get back to their unit, this person jumped in and off they went. Luckily, no paramedics on board or victims on a gurney in the back. So 60 freeway approaching Azusa, and so that'll be the next big intersection we come to. I wouldn't put it past CHP to do a spike strip on this, because like I said, the freeway is wide open in front of it. You got a lot of room ahead. 73 miles an hour is what they're calling. So when you think you've seen it all, something else happens here in Los Angeles with these pursuits. And right now, L.A.P.D. completely backed off CHP on the freeway, taking it over, and will, as CHP does, if you're not familiar with the California Highway Patrol, CHP, from out of the area, they have a system of offices throughout the Southland, throughout the state. Now they're asking us to switch over to another frequency to listen to this. And what they do is, as they go through the different areas, or what the CHP calls offices, the different office of responsibility, they'll hand it off to the different units along the way. So East LA CHP office handed it off to Baldwin Park, or actually to Covina, and then Covina is now going to hand it off to Baldwin Park. And as we work our way along here, Santa Fe Springs to Baldwin Park, and as we work our way along here, another office will pick it up, and they'll just continue that all the way along. As far as this pursuit goes, they'll keep handing it off to the different area of responsibility, so the units that are in the pursuit will keep track of it. They know their area, they know the roadways, they know the surrounding surface streets around the freeways, and so you don't end up with somebody from way outside the area in a pursuit. Once they get off, become very unfamiliar with the area. So Santa Fe Springs is now getting ready to hand it off to Baldwin Park here as we move a little further into the San Gabriel Valley, and further on into the Inland Empire, which is Pomona, Ontario, and further east as we go. So right now I'm coming up on about 10 minutes left here. I'm going to have to turn around. And assignment S Sky 5. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a decision here on fuel. I'm halfway between El Monte and Brackett, so I could use either one of them for fuel. So let me know what you want. Approaching Nogales here, about 70 miles an hour. Eastbound on the 10 freeway. Copy. All right, 5's going to break off a Brackett. Yeah. So basically what I'm going to do as CHP, or with this pursuit, is I'm going to take off ahead of it, land in an airport to the east here, and get gas and pop back up and get back on this pursuit. So thank you for watching here on KTLA.com and Facebook Live, and we'll be back up. We're going to keep an eye on this all the way as I fly off to the east as long as we can. So stay with us until we finally get into the Pomona area, Atlantic Bracket Airport. So still eastbound on the 60 at Fairway. So still working its way out here. 57 will be the next major freeway it comes to. And you copy, Brennan. I'm off to Bracket. No, I'm coming back.